What's up, meatballs? Mr. Meathook here. I've been meaning to do a movie review for a long time, but honestly, I just haven't had the motivation. And it's been a long time since I showed my face on the channel, and I know that, especially doing anything horror. I think the last thing I did that was even remotely horror was a review for Mortal Kombat, and that was quite a while ago. So what I'm gonna do is, not a review, I'm just gonna show off the Steelbooks that I own. It's something to keep you guys going. Real quick update on me though. I've been meaning to put out a lot more content. I just haven't been motivated. I've been really busy with work. Then Annie keeps me busy as well. For those of you that don't know, that's my fiance Annie. She keeps me busy, as they should, as fiancés should. I will be moving in with her soon. I'm gonna be moving to Michigan so that I can begin my life with her, because we currently live very, very far apart. Anyways, I'm babbling. So let's start with the big stack of Steelbooks that I have. This is a combination of Blu Ray and 4K. I do have one DVD. I didn't feel like digging it out because it's in my overflow, and it's in the very back corner of my overflow, and my overflow was over 800 movies, and I didn't feel like digging through all of it for one movie. It is the collector's edition Texas Chainsaw Massacre 10. It's really a Steelbook, but they call it a 10. Anyways, these are all in alphabetical order. So starting off, because numbers always come first, is 1917. I actually haven't watched this yet, as you can tell, because it's still sealed. I picked this up around Christmas. It was really cheap. It was like $10 for a 4K Steelbook. What the hell? However, I have seen the movie, and it is fantastic. One of the best war movies ever, in my opinion. Definitely a top 5. I know what you're thinking. That's not horror. Nope, I watch stuff other than just horror. I know, mind blown. What? I do. Next is The Big Lebowski. Who doesn't love The Big Lebowski? Next up, the classic The Cat's Eye. Love it. And then this one, I forget where I picked it up. Possibly from Hamilton Book, possibly from Best Buy, maybe even from somewhere else. I don't really remember, but it is Child's Play. The original one, not the remake. We got Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Fantastic trilogy. All three of them are great, in my opinion. Then, in my opinion, one of the single best comic book movies ever made, and the best Marvel movie ever made, got Deadpool. And of course, you can't have Deadpool without Deadpool 2, DP2. Not nearly as good, I still enjoy it. Got Dracula. This Alex Ross artwork on these Steelbooks that Best Buy did is fantastic. I wish I had all of them, because they did one for each of the main movies for the characters. I only have Dracula and I think 2 others, but they're fantastic. Friday the 13th, because of course. Then there is Friday the 13th, the remake, which I accidentally bought, not realizing it was the remake. The movie's not unwatchable, but it's definitely not one of my favorites. Then we have one of my 3 favorite horror films of all time, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. If you don't like this movie, and it's because it doesn't have Michael Myers in it, try checking it out again and watching it as its own thing. If you still don't like it, cool. It's not for everyone. It's weird, it's wacky, sometimes it doesn't make any sense, but it's brutal and nuts. Going back to the Alex Ross artwork Steelbooks, The Invisible Man. It, Chapter 1. and It Chapter 2. That's the back of that one, by the way. Oh, and the other one, the back is Georgie's boat. Got Jigsaw. I dig the movie. I know some people hate on it. Some people say that it's only slightly better than Saw 3D. I say Saw 5 is the absolute worst. That's my opinion. Next up, one of the greatest movies ever made, in my opinion, Joker, 4K Steelbook. Next up, the entire Jurassic Park collection. Love all of these movies, except for Jurassic Park 3. Fuck Jurassic Park 3. Then we got The Karate Kid, because Cobra Kai. Strike fast, strike hard. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Peter Jackson's King Kong, which is too long in my opinion, especially since this is the extended cut, so it's almost 3.5 hours long. Even without the extended cut, it's still like 3 hours and 5 minutes. It's too damn long. But I enjoy the movie anyways. Next, oh, I love this. I already had this on Blu Ray, but because this is a steelbook that is sexy as fuck, I had to get it. Motel Hell. Look at that amazing artwork. I can't tell what's on the back because I haven't opened it, so it's got the little descriptor sleeve. Then I believe this is the last Alex Ross Universal monster I have, is The Mummy. Next up, the single greatest Valentine's Day related horror movie ever, My Bloody Valentine, the original one. The remake is solid, though definitely not on the same level as the remake. I mean, as the original, but the remake is solid. Although sometimes the 3D is egregious and bad. It's pretty bad. Next up is my favorite horror movie ever. So if you're wondering what it is, this is the answer. It's Night of the Demons. Next up, I also have yet to watch this one. I hear it's really good. I mean, it's Tarantino, so it can't be awful, right? Although I don't like Kill Bill or Pulp Fiction. But for the most part, Tarantino's awesome. Got Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 4K Steelbook. I love this stupid movie, The Pineapple Express. One of the greatest horror films of all time. Even though it's not in like my top 10, probably not even in my top 25. It's definitely one of the best made horror films of all time. Possibly the single most influential horror movie of all time. Got Psycho from 1960. Fuck yeah. This one, I couldn't get into this movie. I tried. I did, and I definitely overpaid for this movie because I didn't like it. I mean, I didn't overpay for it because I didn't like it, but because I didn't like it, I overpaid for it. A Quiet Place. And unfortunately, it's got some damage right there, too. Wasn't a fan. I was bored. And then, Reanimator. Another one of my top 5 horror movies. Motherfucking Reanimator. By the way, that's Annie's favorite horror movie. This is not the best zombie movie of all time, but it's my favorite zombie movie of all time. But it also flip-flops with the other one that I believe is the best zombie movie of all time, and that's Return of the Living Dead. The one it flip-flops with all the time is the original Dawn of the Dead, which is just fucking fantastic in every way. Up next, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. This one, I'm super glad I was able to grab this. I got this on sale for either $15 or $20, and now it sells for like $150. And I had no idea that whenever I got it, it was going to be a limited run thing and was gone before you knew it. The Sharknado collection, that's all 6 Sharknado movies. Like, even not considering the fact that it's expensive as shit now. I just love this movie. All of them. Okay. Got The Shining, because of course I have a fucking Shining tattoo. Why would I not have The Shining on Steelbook? Another great 80s slasher, Slumber Party Massacre, which I already have the regular Blu-ray for, so I doubt I'll ever even open this one, because I already have the regular Blu-ray they did. All right, and another one I haven't watched yet, and I hear it's fantastic. And I can't wait to watch this with Annie at some point in time. The Steelbook of Into the Spider-Verse. Again, I've heard it's fantastic, but I haven't watched it yet. Superbad. Who doesn't love Superbad? The fantastic Train to Busan. Definitely one of the best horror movies of the last 10 years. If you have not seen Train to Busan and you can't get into horror, you can't get into foreign horror, make an exception for this movie. Trust me, this movie is amazing. You are doing yourself a disservice if you can't get into it because it's in a foreign language and you have to read subtitles. Just trust me on this one. Bite the fucking bullet. Watch the goddamn movie. It's amazing. All right. I love this movie so much. And I always forget that I even own it. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. This movie's such a blast. All right. We Are Venom. With Tom Hardy. I haven't watched that one yet, but now that the sequel's coming out soon, I probably should. All right. War for the Planet of the Apes. And lastly, one that I would never have bought for myself. But when I was getting Horror Pack, it came in Horror Pack. And yeah, I do not like this movie at all. Not even a little bit. Can't even pretend. World War Z. This movie sucks so much. But hey, if I ever want to sell it, it's still sealed. Anyways, guys, I'll have some more content coming when I get a little more motivated. Once I'm in Michigan with Annie, her and I will be doing a lot of videos together. I don't know if it'll be on my channel or her channel, or if we're going to create our own channel. But yeah, definitely got more coming eventually. I just don't know when. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see like my 4K collection, or if you want to see my entire fucking collection. I really don't have much to do, and I need to pack all this shit up eventually anyways. So when I gotta pack it all up, would be a great time to do a video like that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. As always, be cool, be spoopy, and support independent horror. Deuces. Prehistoric bimbos.